What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fandoms Anonymous. I am here today to talk about some more stuff from Phase 4. We got a lot of information dropped on us at San Diego Comic-Con 2019 from Kevin Feige and the crew, from a lot of movie announcements to TV show announcements and just what they plan on doing in the next 2 years. But there are so many theories that can come out about the newest projects that are coming in 2020 and 2021. And I watch a lot of videos on YouTube from a lot of comic book people, but from my most favorite is Comics Explained with my boy Rob. And one thing he was talking about was the Celestials and the Eternals and the Deviants and how all of that goes. And one question I want to pose to you, or thought process, is will the Eternals movie show the creation of mutants in the MCU? Now you're probably wondering how, who, what, when, where, why, and how. And basically, the Celestials were people who experimented with different races and biologies and specimens, and they came to Earth and they experimented on some of the earlier primates, and then as time passed, the evolutions came as well, and primates evolved into three different classes from the experimentation. They went to the deviants, which are the troll-like beings, which basically Thanos, he's a deviant. We got the humans, and then we have the Eternals. With that experimentation, that allows things to be passed through genetic code and genetics over centuries and hundreds of thousands of millions of years. Looking at people like Robinson said on Comics Explained, can explain why somebody like Bruce Banner could withhold or withstand, the gamma radiation, or why somebody like Steve Rogers could withstand, not dying from the super soldier serum. So those type of things themselves show experimentation in humans and what experimentation could turn into mutants. This is where I believe we will see the creation of mutants, because we hear so much about this experimentation from the Eternals and what they did and how this branched off from the Deviants and the Eternals, and then of course going to the mutants, and of course going to the Inhumans. All of that corrals around each other, and I really believe the MCU is going to take that as the opportunity, not of course to show us Wolverine or any of those other characters in this movie, but to show us the experiments. My biggest thing is the experiments from the Celestials, because we've already seen an image of the Celestials, or prototype image, or what they're working on, or possibly what they're thinking about for the Celestials inside of the Eternals movie. We are going to see some of the Celestials in this movie. We also know that Ego, the living planet, is a Celestial, Peter Quill's father. That's why Peter Quill was able to hold some of that power of the Power Stone. And look what Ego was doing. He was experimenting on different planets and with different women, different planets, trying to have a baby that he could see that would be his heir or successor. And Peter Quill just happened to be that child because he took on the Celestial gene. This, again, is where I believe the MCU will introduce the notion of mutants. Because one thing that everybody always said theory-wise was maybe mutants have been among us the entire time and nobody knew it. And one thing that Kevin Feige just said in that press conference, one of the actors said in the press conference of Eternals, is that these characters have been on Earth for 35,000 years among humanity. So that they have been there. So that just opens the door wide open to say that mutants have been there. Again, there's also the possibility, like my man Jeremy Evans over the 2020 podcast said about Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That's going to be a lot to say when that movie starts getting promoted. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. How she could possibly be the spearhead for mutants coming to fruition as well, with a lot of that being of the mindset of House of M. So there are so many things that could possibly take place. There are so many things that can happen. But I believe that we might see the through the experiments of the Celestials the possibility of the creation of mutants. Again, we probably won't see any mutants. We probably won't see. I'm not ruling it out, but if I'm thinking with my first mind and how these movies have been and what makes sense, we probably won't see any mutants. We might hear something about the evolutionary line of what has spawned from the Celestials experiments, which created the Deviants and the Eternals, and how it could spawn off into the Inhumans and Mutants and other type of characters throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Marvel Comics alike. So I want to know, do you guys think that this is a plausible theory? Let me know something in the comments below, whether you watch this on YouTube or Facebook. We have all types of new content coming soon, so I really want to see you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, and just support. We're here for you all. Thank you for everybody that has helped us to get to 1,500 subscribers. That is a goal that we have finally reached, and we just can't continue to do nothing but go higher. So again, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys